Hello everyone, I'm Alyssa and welcome back to my channel, Gaming with Alyssa P. So today I'm going to be making myself in The Sims. You know, if you've read the title, then you know what we're doing. So I just thought that it would be interesting to show you how I made the sim that I used in my intro video, you know. Because she is kind of my, like an alternate version of me because I'm not the best at recreating myself. So we're just gonna hop straight in with a base sim that I got from the gallery. I'm gonna start with the traits, just remove them all, and fix the name to say Alyssa Perrine because that is my name, you know, the name I was given at my birth. For the pronouns, I put they, she because I use any pronouns, but the ones I prefer are they, them, and she, her, with they, them being predominantly the ones that I would prefer the most. But, you know. So for the body, I used a preset, the PWPS07 preset, and I'm not gonna lie, I did make myself a lot bigger than I am now because of body dysmorphia. I view myself as a lot bigger because I've lost 70 pounds, 80 pounds within 5 years. And so for me, it's been really hard to view myself as smaller than I used to be all my life. Not to put any of that on you guys, just saying that it definitely affects how I play The Sims. But the one thing I'm positive of is my grid ass badonkadonk. Look at me go. I don't know. And then I have tiny feet. I have size 6 feet, which my friends freaked out about. And then, you know, moderate breasticle chesticles. So then eventually I'm going to start working on the face, but I just want to get this body in pristine condition. I wish I would have lowered that belly just a little bit more, flattened it a bit because it is protruding a bit more than I would have liked, but that's okay. So I'm going to move on to the face and I'm going to remove everything from the hair, hats, jewelry, and makeup, and then I'm going to give a custom hair so that it's easier to see, and I'm just going to speed through me taking these all off. When that's all finished, I go into the face presets and I choose the most basic generic one because I feel like that's one I can actually work with. And then I want to go back into the skin, and with the skin I actually struggled to find one that suited my skin tone because I'm such a specific shade of white. I'll put photos on screen, but it's like I'm pink, but I'm not always pink. So finding a skin tone that suited me was difficult, so I cannot imagine what people of color must struggle with in this game, and have for years and have voiced their struggles and were ignored. It's very weird, but I tried to go into some other forms of white, but there's just no color in it because they're neutral. I am like a warm pink shade of white, and it's just really hard for me to figure out which one. I definitely think it's this one because they have those pink tones to them, and I'll just add lots of blush to the sim. So then I try and find an eye color. I have blue eyes, but I have considered what's blue green hazel, which isn't a real thing. It's just this one chart says it, and I stuck to it because I was like, whoa, that's so cool. In reality, it's this thing called heterochromia iridis, which is just where you have a color of ring around your pupil. It's not like heterochromia, it's a little bit different. It just means that you have two colors in your eyes instead of one, and I have a bit of green in my eyes. So I added a teal color eyes and some very thin eyebrows, because if you look at some photos of my eyebrows, oh boy, were they thin. And here's a reference photo for my chin and for my jaw. And then also my mouth, which I do at the very end, and I start with my nose. I've always said that my nose looks like a koala twerking, which is so random, but it does. Like, I swear it does. And so I try and replicate that as much as I can. It's something to do with the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. I have a very small nose. For my entire life, I thought that my nose was big because of the tip of my nose, and everyone in my family was like, girl, no, you have a tiny nose. So I try and reflect that. I feel like every partially white person in my case has dealt with that thing where they go, hey, I think I have a big nose, but their nose is just very white button nose. That's me. So trying to figure out the facial details was a bit difficult for me because I have facial blindness from my autism, and so even my own face is hard for me to replicate because I don't know what I'm seeing. like, I can kind of tell. And so I'm going back and forth between my references until I feel comfortable going for that chin. Because I have a very weird chin. It sticks out, but not, it's like flat, you can see here. And then my jaw is very thick. Like, here's an x-ray of it, very wide. And then I have an underbite, just a little bit. So I add that in. And I have, about my chin, it's very tiny and, like I said, flat. So trying to get that in the game was really hard. It only lets you compress it to a certain point while letting it stick out. And then I have a double chin slider. I don't know if you can tell. So when I widen it out a bit, it thickens my chin a bit, as you can see here. And when I only move on to the neck, trying to get that chin to look, you know, just as good as it can, because I do have a double chin on me. And I'm not, like, disappointed with that fact. It's something I would like to have it toned down one day, but I love my face a lot. Like, I don't hate my features. I think I have a very pretty face. And so trying to get everything to function as a sim is very difficult. Also, I feel very narcissistic saying that, but, like, you know, I've dealt with a lot of self-hatred over the years and hating my own face, and so it took me a very long time to love the way my face looks. And so here's where I'm making my jaw very wide, and I have very specific cheekbones. They're not super thin because I have very chubby cheeks, but I have very prominent cheekbones. So I want to find a way to make my cheeks chubby while also still having those cheekbones very prominent. And here's where I start to play around with the neck more, because I want it to be thick, because double chins, you can only do so much in The Sims, even with mods. And so I try and make sure that I can add that double chin in there. And so I'm making my face longer and fixing everything up. While I do the rest of my face and my forehead, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm a military brat, which means that both my parents are in the military. They're both veterans, and my mom is a disabled veteran. She has a back injury and almost broke her back in 2 places, but that's not about me. About me is that I have autism. Obviously, I talk about that in almost every video because it affects a lot of my life. And I have a lot of other disorders, but the main one is ADHD, and, you know, I'm medicated for that, so I don't get very talkative in my videos. I'm very calm and reduced, and my train of thought is very kaput. So sometimes I have to stop and pause and think of a new thing to say. A little bit more about me is I was born in Okinawa, Japan. I've said that before. It was on a military base. I have a couple of memories of living in Japan. I remember the geckos, and my friend gave me this magnet of geckos. It was so cool because she didn't know that I love geckos, but it was really cool. And so that's just a little bit more about me. I was in the special ed growing up ever since 4th grade up until 9th grade, which was a very difficult year for me. I feel like that's a very difficult year for a lot of autistic people. Ask around and you'll figure that out. And then, you know, one of the things that I struggled with growing up was communication, and I still struggle with it now. So it's kind of funny that I run a Sims channel where I sit here and communicate with you guys all day, every day. At least twice a week right now is what my schedule's in for. So I find that pretty cool. I would love to get to know you guys more. Now I live in New Mexico, which is, like I said before, a desert state. We don't get a lot of snow, which was so sad. I miss my snowy Christmases. We had a freeze one year, and oh my god, there was snow everywhere. I loved it. And so this is pretty much the face of my sim. So we're gonna go ahead and add some hair, add some clothes, and get into everything. So about my obsession with Sims, currently I have about, I think it's either 11,000 hours in Sims 4 or 22,000 hours in Sims 4. I can't remember. All that to say, I love this game. Despite loving it, I know absolutely nothing about it. Like, when it comes to Sims 3, I could tell you all about the different characters and the people and their names and their lives, but I could tell you nothing about The Sims 4. I just didn't follow along with the release. I don't know why I didn't. It just wasn't something that I paid attention to. And so I want to really get into it with you guys when I play it on my channel, because I plan on doing my own Let's Plays of, you know, the different packs. Even though I'm going to have all the packs installed, I'm just going to explore the different packs with you guys. And so that'll be really interesting. And so here I'm just trying to fix my lips up because I have very small upper lip. It's very hidden because I have white people lips. And so I'm just trying to get it proportional to my face. And I think this looks pretty accurate to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some lipstick on. Oh my god, I'm also, despite having so much self-love, I'm also my #1 hater because my instant thought was, let's put lipstick on the pig. Oopsies, I'm not the nicest either. That's something you should know about me. I am very sassy, I don't want to say witty, but I've got a temper on me. So if you've ever seen me in any controversy, like in 2020, then you'll know that I have some bite behind my bark, and it's just very interesting. So here is where I figure out how to get just the brightest little cheeks possible, the pinkest little cheeks possible, because here's some photos. I have some pink ass cheeks. I don't know why. I do know why. I have hemangiomas. If you don't know what that is, it's one of these. So something that you should know about me is that I'm a big hippie. I am very renowned in comfort over quality, comfort over style, comfort over function. I love earthy tones. I was very much so raised by my mother, and ignore the bad custom content. But this is just me shopping, not really shopping, me just deciding what custom content I want my sim to be wearing. And at the end, I'll include a little speed through of me doing non-CC outfits and things like that, my branded outfits. So you'll see that's what I'm preparing for there and skip through. And so on to formal wear. This is where I just choose a nice little dress, something that I would want to wear in real life, something that makes me feel like a pretty princess. I love that the most. And I like the color blue right now. It's definitely my favorite color, so that's why I put everything in the color blue. Blue or green, very, like I said, earthy tones. And then when I work out, I wear black. I don't know if you've heard the theory of black makes you look slimmer. So when I work out, I usually wear either greens or blacks. Green, like I said, because I love it. Or sometimes you'll get the dark grays. But I also experimented with some blue, like you see there, before initially landing on black, you know what I mean, because that's just a very simple color. And I have specific shoes that I bought for working out, and I feel like they look like these. Mine are slip-ons though, because I love slip-ons. Then at bedtime, I just wear whatever is the most comfortable. And so I use this cute little kawaii shirt that I found on Reddit and pair it with a pair of black shorts, because I always wear black shorts in real life. Here's a couple of photos of me wearing black shorts. It's just my go-to. I love it. And so for my party outfit, I wanted to choose something very club inspired because I just turned 23. So I do like drinking, I do like having fun. And so something short and sexy was what I wanted to go for. Something very alluring and inviting to the female gaze is what I wanted. And so this is what I landed on, and I feel like it looks so gorgeous. It's very beautiful. And so for swimwear, I just chose something that really covered up my body because I don't like showing off my body. It's just very, I don't know, I don't like it. It's, my cleavage is one thing. My stomach, ew, no thank you. I would like to keep that hidden. And so I just put on a little swimsuit that covers up most of my body and put it in a cute color. And then for my hot outfit, I just put on a little dress because, actually no, I think I chose this. That's my bad. I chose this because it's very hippie, very laid back and comfortable feeling. And then a pair of flip-flops because I always wear flip-flops in the summer. And then for the winter outfit, I just chose a cute little stripy outfit with some jeans that go up covering the belly so that it's not cold. And then a pair of Uggs. I don't actually own boots in real life, but that's okay. And so that was the end of, not the end of the video, but that's the end of creating the sim. So the traits I chose were ADHD. Like I said before, I'm very ADHD. And then I went ahead and I was I was just struggling to figure out what traits I wanted because I wanted to display autism. So for me, I chose childish because my autism makes me mentally younger. And that's something I have to deal with. And so then I also chose, what did I choose next? I don't even remember. I have to wait until I see it on screen because I'm struggling just as much as you guys are right now. And I was struggling in game too. So I think I chose loner. I did. And I should have chosen bookworm, but I didn't. I really struggled to figure out what traits to pick. I chose loves the outdoors because I want to travel. I love just visiting and seeing things and just being out. And then I chose erratic because I have meltdowns, and I feel like that's very accurate. And so for my trait, because I didn't have all the other packs installed, so I didn't have all the other traits or aspirations, I chose friend of the world because I feel like with my YouTube channel that's very accurate. And so this is the end of the Create a Sim. I uploaded it on the gallery. I'll link it below if you want to find my EA page or whatever it's called, my gallery page. I don't upload often, but with every Let's Play I will upload my people to the gallery, and so you can go and find them. And so I'm just going to show you a speed through of the other outfits that I created for this sim.